Virgo, hello. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your June 2022 overview. We're going to do our regular Celtic cross and then 2 oracle cards at the end just to get any additional messages that Spirit might have for you. Before we jump in, we're going to be using the singing bowl to clear any lingering energy that doesn't belong here, to connect to each other as a collective, and then as a collective to Spirit, so we can receive the most accurate and relevant message for you. If you would like to use this time to call any specific guides, deities, archangels, any beings of light that you would like to be present for this reading, please feel free to do so. The more, the merrier. So, let's go. Spirit, speak to me and through me to the Virgo collective. Most accurate and relevant messages for them at this time, please, Spirit. Speak through me to the Virgo collective. What messages do they need right now? What do they need to know most? Okay. 2 court cards to start out, both page energies, daughter. We have the Daughter of Cups as a challenge and the Daughter of Wands as your current energy. Snakes are very significant here. I will say that before I started this reading, my cat was outside playing with a snake, a little gardener snake. So snakes might be significant. You could be seeing them a lot for whatever reason, maybe just in like TV shows or even in real life. I feel like snakes have been kind of catching your eye more recently than usual is what I'm getting. Look into the significance of snakes and what they represent. Alright, let's get the rest of our cards here. Another snake. There we go. Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay. Actually, let's just go ahead. Nah. We'll do that at the end. All right. Your current energy is very fiery. It's very passionate. It's very young and innocent. Very much doing action-oriented, getting things done, going on adventures, whether that's actually what you're doing at this time or what you're being called to do, the energy you're being called to step into. That's kind of here nor there, honestly. But this is what you're in right now. This very fiery, again, adventurous. I would say be more playful at this time too. You could find yourself like wanting to do things maybe that you did when you were younger, rollerblading, swimming even, I'm getting. Maybe you had a really intense fascination with snakes as a child and now you're kind of being guided back into that direction. Maybe you will have some sort of vested interest in them. Maybe you're going to be working with them. I don't know. It's just snakes are very relevant for you right now. Maybe just their energy, that snake energy that you really are wanting to embody and focus on. What's challenging you though, your emotions. I feel like you're maybe a little bit more emotional than you're used to being, or maybe it's the opposite of that. Actually, I'm getting it's the opposite of that. You are not as emotional as you used to be. You're having a hard time tapping into that part of yourself that is a little bit more empathic and a little bit more in tuned. Maybe you're very closed off. You're very touched out, I'm getting as well. Your kids could be, I don't want to say getting on your nerves, because that's rude and that's kind of like all the time. Kids can just be a lot, especially if you have more than one. And I do see here that there are 2 daughters and a son showing up for you here. So that could be, you could obviously have more, but those are the energies that are kind of around you intensely this month, September. You could be very much ready for the kids to get back into their activities. Maybe summer just got really long for you and tiresome, having people around you all the time and not getting that break that you're used to. It could just be a lot. You could be dealing with a lot and you're just kind of shutting down emotionally, is what I'm getting. In your recent past, you have the 3 of Wands. Sorry. There's a little zip on my face. Sorry. 3 of Wands indicates that you have a very solid vision, but beyond just a vision for your future, you also have a plan. So you're coming out of this energy of planning, writing things down, thinking things through, kind of putting all the pieces in place, and then you moved into this action-oriented, although it's a very young, it's like the very first court card in this series of, it goes Page, Knight, Queen, King, right? So as we evolve, we kind of evolve into these more mature roles. But right now, I see you in a very open, I'm just getting this open to what life has to bring. You're open to how it's going to come. You're not really sure. You could have a plan for what you want and maybe even when you want it, but you're just not sure how. And I feel like that's kind of what you're embarking on right now, is how you're going to get to this place that you see yourself at. How you're going to follow this plan, how you're going to execute it, how you're going to put all these people in place that you may or may not need to reach your goals. But I definitely feel like the planning process of this 3 of Wands energy is what got you into this Page of Wands energy. You're like, okay, I did all these things, now it's time to go. It might not be time yet, though, is what I'm getting, because as a more immature, a little bit more naive energy, you might not have set everything up to the specifications that, say, a king or a queen would before they got started. So it could be a little bit mature, thank you, is the word I was looking for, in terms of when to execute. But I think I know it's gonna work out for you because of what I'm seeing here. You have a wish coming true. So as you're moving towards this plan, this vision that you have for your life, this is what you have in your vortex. These are the things you kind of, as we sift and sort through life, I don't want this experience, I want more of this, I want this, things like that. We put these things into our vortex, and you're very much in the near future having some of those things kind of bestowed upon you so you can interact with them in the 3D. This is a very content, very blissful, peaceful energy that's coming towards you that you're going to be in. So get ready for some wishes to come true. You know what they say, careful what you wish for. So be very thoughtful and intentional with what you are wishing for at this time, because I feel like it's going to be like that. Things are just going to kind of come to you. In your mind space, 4 of Wands, you're thinking about stability. You could be thinking about an engagement, building a life with somebody, proposing to someone, eloping, just celebrating life in all of its grandeur and all of its fun, amazing moments. This is also a very solid foundation. You could be spending a lot of time thinking about how this is a very specific situation for a few of you, but maybe you're thinking about how you can build a life, a foundation, a solid foundation, independent of someone else. It could be a spouse, it could be a parent, it could be like business partner, but I see you kind of coming up with plans for how you can be less codependent, if that makes sense. I feel like you want a very solid foundation on your own, not through anybody else, not dependent on anybody else. What is in your subconscious right now? You have the Sun of Wands. Again, just this fiery, passionate, this is someone who's very charismatic. They know how to tap into people's adventurous side and get people to like join them on their very much leaders, and can not necessarily talk people into anything, but like their charisma and their spark and just their passion for the things that they talk about make people want to join them. This is kind of your natural state. This is what is in your subconscious, is this very charismatic, and it might not seem like it on the outside. You could be very reserved, you could be very quiet. Virgos tend to hold things quite close to their chest. Like they don't really show their emotions a lot. They don't really express themselves a lot, or really even talk that much. They tend to be pretty quiet people. But your subconscious, it makes me feel like you might have like a fire sign. I almost said a sun sign. A fire sign in like your rising, or maybe even your north node. Your north node. So it's calling you to be this more passionate, more outspoken, confident. I'm getting lots and lots of confidence. Kind of buried deep within inside yourself, in your subconscious, that is definitely there and ready for you to tap into it. Call upon it. Ask your guides to grant you the confidence and the charisma and all of these things that you're kind of wanting to tap into to take your venture to the next step. Advice from Spirit at this time: open your heart, express your love for other people, and you will have it expressed back to you. I feel like you're kind of longing for affection, some nurturing even. You have the Lovers in your hopes and fears. So this to me is telling me that you're hoping that you can either take your relationship to the next level and have like a committed, very solid union with someone, as this is in your mind space, and then you have the Lovers in your hopes and fears. This to me indicates that you really want that companionship, you want that union, you want that connection, you want someone to love you unconditionally. But in order for you to achieve that, you have to love yourself unconditionally first of all, right? And you also have to be willing to offer that back, because if it's a one-way street, nothing will last very long, right? If someone is pouring all of their everything into you and you're not pouring anything back, it becomes very unbalanced. People can become, resentful that they're not receiving in return. And maybe that's kind of the relationships that you've experienced in the past. So you're ready to experience this reciprocal love. And Spirit is telling you that is available to you. It's ready for you. All you have to do is open up and receive it. Energies around you, pretty chaotic, pretty competitive and petty and gossipy. Don't involve yourself in it. Don't play into it. Don't even engage with it. If someone is trying to lure you in with, oh, listen to this, like in the most polite way possible, just, I'm not interested. I am not going to get involved. It's none of my business. I'm going to stay out of this one. Anything like that. Like, it just feels like there's a lot of like people arguing, and maybe they're trying to pull you into it. Like, did you hear what they just said? And like, I heard, and I am gonna bow out of this because I don't have a dog in this fight. It's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Just pull yourself back, which you guys don't have a problem doing. I don't feel like you don't tend to get involved in other people's things. You know what I mean? You might like a good cup of tea. You might like the gossip and like the secrets, but you don't necessarily want to be involved in it. Like, you don't want to get pulled into it and have to mediate. That's not for you to do. Let people figure their own shit out. If they want to argue and bicker back and forth, that's fine. Let it be. You don't need to listen to it or engage or get involved. Hopes and fears. I touched on this a little bit with the Lovers here. Again, this is an indication that you're really longing for companionship and for union, and not just like from anyone. This is someone who understands you on a soul level, someone who can match what you are willing and able to give, someone who can fly with you, can soar with you, can help you reach new heights, and you will do the same for them. This is a very, very solid union, and this is what you're hoping for. If you're already in a marriage, you could be hoping that you can get back to this, or that maybe you never even had this. You married for a different reason than love, but you're really hoping that you and your partner can come together and create this little love bubble together and kind of live in this harmonious, beautiful union. And the outcome, the Emperor. You are going to be successful. You're going to be stable, independent of anybody. This is the most independent card in the deck. The most fierce, the most dedicated to their dreams and to their stability, financial stability mostly. This is an Emperor, right? He has an empire to run. He doesn't have time for bullshit. He doesn't have time for gossip and negativity and doubt. He does not have time for doubt. So if you're feeling like you're doubting yourself, if you're not sure am I capable of this? Will this ever be anything? Yes, it will. You will have more than one thing to run, right? This could also be an indication of, with this Lover's card right here, if this is not you and your energy, this could be an indication that there is an Emperor coming towards you to offer a union to you of some sort. This could be a partnership. Again, this is someone who has a lot of shit going on. They have a lot to offer. They have a lot to manage, and they're very good at it. They do it quite effortlessly. They do it quite gracefully. They can be a tad bit controlling, so watch out for that. If this is someone coming towards you, typically Aries, maybe some other fire sign, but they can have a little bit of a temper and they can be a little bit controlling. So I would say, if you are already independent, don't let go of that independence to become codependent, because they could have a tendency to maybe be a little bit controlling when it comes to money, and I don't see you wanting to have to ask for an allowance or anything like that. So just, if you're already independent, stay independent. If you are codependent on someone right now, work your ass off to get independent of them so you can be free from the control, is what I'm getting. Don't let anybody control you or be manipulative or use their authority over you. All right, let's see what we have from our spirit animal oracle deck. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That's two. Let's see. Turtle and butterfly. That's cute. And I'm going to take them both because why not? All right. And then let's do our Seasons of the Witch decks. I combined all of them. Can you see the different colors? Into one mega deck. So it's the Shawan, it's Beltane, and Yule all in one deck. So let's see. Spirit, what else do we have here for Virgo? What else is here? What do they need to know at this time? Most important and relevant and accurate message for them at this time. Divination. Card number 14. Let's put that there so we can see it. Actually, let's put it here so we can see it. Divination. All right, let's read from our little book skis about these. All right, start with Turtle. Okay. Turtle is water. Where are the waters? So we've got water in here. I'm going to read about butterfly first because I came across it first. So, undergoing great change and transformation, which probably could have guessed that, right? The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transformation. Since air is the element of the heart, is it? I didn't know that. I thought it would be water would be the element of the heart. Anyway, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one daily routine, a meal, practice, or prayer done at the same time, place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly spirit. When in balance, cheerful and graceful. When out of balance, fragile and frustrated. To bring into balance daily routine, like it was suggesting up there, some sort of like daily meditation practice, some sort of ritual that you do, even if it's just like tea or coffee in the morning. Add some structure. I think some structure will do you good. Maybe you've fallen out of it a little bit. Again, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and it's summer, that's easy to do. Absolutely understandable. All right, where the hell did water go? There it is. Ancient soul, sorry, I'm turtle now. Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality like the beaver. The turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. Cute. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. And I love that for you guys. When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt. To bring into balance an adventure. And I would say that this energy that you are currently in and what's in your subconscious they're bursting with opportunities for adventure. So follow things that light you up, that bring you joy, that feel adventurous and fun and playful, because these are all energies that will serve you well right now. And you are ripe with adventure. All right, divination, guidance, reflection, and insight. Cards, tea leaves, coffee, clouds, candlelight, flowers. There are dozens of ways to embrace the art of divination, a practice used to seek guidance from the divine and part of a witch's toolkit for centuries. It is a beautiful practice that can help you see beyond what is immediately in front of you. It can show you hidden dangers and gifts, provide new ideas, and shut down old ones. Divination is a way to seek the advice of the powers that be, while also showing hidden dangers and truths. If you've pulled divination, you are being asked to explore your ability to receive guidance from the earth and the divine. Now is the time to go deeper into your practice, and you must learn to trust your own ability to feel your way into messages as well as your ability to interpret them. This card also means there is a need to take more time to reflect. It can be easy to get lost in the day-to-day without taking time to process everything you've been through. Something as simple as pulling a single card every day, either in the morning or evening, can help you make sense of the events around you. It can help you see to see things that you overlooked or consider something that you would have never otherwise. Good gravy. Other forms of divination to try: automatic writing or drawing messages received from spirit realm while in an altered state of consciousness; bone reading, the use of animal bones, typically chicken, but others are fine too; nuts, shells, seeds, and even beads to receive spiritual messages; candle reading, gaze upon the flame of a candle to see shapes, symbols, pictures, scenes, or figures; dreams, deciphering messages by colors, people, structures, and symbols found with dreams, either by traditional dreaming or lucid dreaming. Dreaming is often considered to be the oldest form of divination in the world. Flower and herb divination. This can be done in several different forms, including but not limited to drawing a flower that resonates with you and divining the characteristics, noting the day of the week in which you saw the flower, and counting the number of petals on the flower. Interesting. Numerology. One of the oldest forms of divination in the world that uses the name and birth date of an individual to determine a set of numbers that hold meaning to a person's characteristics. Ways to succeed in life and how a person learns, among other things. Palmistry. Reviewing the shapes, lines, and fingers of the hands to determine a person's chances of health, wealth, and love throughout life. Palmistry is mentioned several times in the Bible, making it one of the oldest forms of divination. Runes, thought to be the invention of the Nordic god Odin. Runes are stones with carved symbols that are used to answer both simple and elaborate questions. Runes can be read in a similar way to tarot by arranging them into spreads. Interesting. Scrying, which scrying is like my favorite form besides tarot, obviously, cards. I really, really, really want to try scrying and see what I can tap into with it. I think it's pretty cool. Scrying. Using a shiny surface such as a mirror, polished gemstones, or even water to receive visions. Beautiful. There's a hummingbird outside my window. So if hummingbirds are significant to you, this is a confirmation this message is for you. There is something for you here. I hope all of you guys received something, some sort of guidance, clarity, whatever. Just a little giggle. I don't know. Something. I love you all so very much, though, and I will see you next time. Bye.